ARMY. Let me ask you something straight from the heart. Have you ever watched Taehyung, our beloved V, step on stage, smile just once, and suddenly feel like the entire world stopped breathing for a moment? If yes, then you know exactly why global media has now come together to crown him the K-pop superstar of this generation. But wait, before we dive into this emotional journey, I want you to pause for a second. If you believe Taehyung's story deserves to be told, if you've ever felt inspired, healed, or even saved by his music, then hit that subscribe button. Because today we're not just talking about an idol. We're talking about a once-in-a-generation phenomenon who is rewriting history before our very eyes. It all started with one headline. Major outlets, from Korea to the United States, Europe to the Middle East. Everywhere Taehyung's name was on the front page. The words were simple but heavy. Taehyung crowned K-pop superstar of this generation. Now think about that for a moment. Do you realize how big this is? We're talking about a world where thousands of artists compete, where the spotlight shifts constantly, and where fame can be as temporary as a sunset. And yet, Taehyung's light has only grown brighter, steadier, and stronger over the years. I'll be honest with you. When I first saw that headline, I felt goosebumps. Because it wasn't just recognition of his talent, it was recognition of his soul. Let's rewind, shall we? Back to a boy from Daegu. A boy who loved music, but who many people once doubted. Do you remember those early BTS days? When critics said they wouldn't last, when people thought the group was too different, too unusual, too raw. And there was Taehyung, quiet, playful, sometimes even misunderstood. He wasn't the type to scream for attention. Instead, he spoke through his eyes, through the warmth of his voice, through the art that flowed naturally from him. Can I ask you something? How many idols have you seen who can capture the entire mood of a song, just by looking at the camera once? Taehyung did that. Even before the world knew his name, he had that power. Every legend has a turning point. For Taehyung, maybe it was Spring Day. Maybe it was Singularity. Maybe it was the way he transformed a stage with Sweet Night. Remember Singularity? That haunting, unforgettable solo that opened Love Yourself. Tear? The moment Taehyung appeared behind that white mask, the stage went silent. And when he sang that first note, deep, rich, like velvet, suddenly the industry woke up. This wasn't just another K-pop idol. This was an artist. And the critics, the same ones who once doubted him, they began calling him a stage genius. Magazines wrote about his artistry. Producers praised his tone. Fans from countries that didn't even know BTS yet were suddenly asking, who is that man with the deep voice and soulful eyes? That was the shift. That was when the world started to see Taehyung for who he truly was. Fast forward to now. The world's biggest outlets aren't just talking about BTS anymore. They're talking about Taehyung as the voice, the face, the symbol of this generation. But why? Why him? It's not just the music. Though let's be real, his music is timeless. It's not just his visuals. Though yes, he's been ranked the most handsome man alive countless times. It's something deeper. Something rare. Global media has described him as the bridge between art and emotion. They say when Taehyung performs, he doesn't just entertain. He transforms. He pulls you into his world, makes you feel emotions you didn't even know you had, and then leaves you breathless when it's over. Think about it. How many artists today can truly do that? Now let's be real for a moment. None of this would be possible without ARMY. You listening right now, you are the reason Taehyung is standing where he is today. Because while the world doubted, ARMY believed. While the critics questioned, ARMY defended. And when Taehyung needed the strength to keep going, ARMY gave it to him. I want you to remember something. Taehyung has always said he feels comforted by ARMY. He has admitted that when he feels lost, when he questions himself, it's ARMY's love that pulls him back. That's not just fan-idol relationship. That's family. That's destiny. And maybe, just maybe, that's why global media can't ignore him anymore. Because behind Taehyung stands the most powerful fandom in the world. Here's the truth. Taehyung has crossed beyond K-pop. He's not just a singer, not just a performer, not just a global heartthrob. He is becoming a cultural icon. From fashion shows in Paris to sold-out albums across continents, to being the muse of designers, photographers, and filmmakers, Taehyung is rewriting the role of a modern-day superstar. And isn't that what makes him so different? He's not chasing trends. He's creating them. He's not following the spotlight. The spotlight follows him. But let's pause for a second. Let's step away from the glamour, the headlines, the records. Let's talk about the man himself. Taehyung once said that he just wants to make music that heals. That's it. Simple. And yet, isn't that the most powerful mission of all? Because when you strip away the fame, the cameras, the awards, you're left with a man who writes songs like Sweet Night, pouring his loneliness, his hope, his love into every lyric. You're left with a voice that doesn't just sing notes. It carries emotions that stick with you for a lifetime. So yes, he's the K-pop superstar of this generation. But more importantly, he's the healer of this generation. So where do we go from here? What's next for Taehyung? Maybe it's another groundbreaking solo. Maybe it's a film project. Maybe it's something we can't even imagine yet. But one thing is certain. The story is far from over. And here's the beautiful part. You and I, ARMY, we get to be here for it. We get to witness history unfolding. We get to say, years from now, I was there. I saw Taehyung rise. So let me ask you one more time. Are you ready for the future? Are you ready to stand beside him, to cheer louder than ever, to show the world that Taehyung is not just the superstar of this generation, but of every generation to come? Taehyung once promised ARMY that he would never stop singing for us. That no matter where life takes him, he will always carry us in his heart. So maybe now, it's our turn to make a promise back. A promise that no matter what headlines come and go, no matter what challenges rise, we will keep believing in him. We will keep protecting that soft, kind soul. We will keep celebrating the gift he has given to this world. Because let's face it, there will never be another Taehyung. And so, my friends, this is where we close today's chapter. But remember, Taehyung's story is still being written. Every song, every smile, every moment, it's history in the making. So if this journey touched your heart, if you felt even a spark of pride for the man we call V, then make sure you're subscribed. Because this channel is where we will continue celebrating his legacy together. And before I go, let me leave you with this. Generations come and go. Stars rise and fall. But every once in a while, the universe gifts us someone eternal. And for us, that someone is Kim Taehyung.